22 minutes to 11. It's Mollie with you through till 12. Laugh and moss, socks off, because I'm joined by Adam Lee, who always just makes me giggle. All right, Adam Lee.
Good morning, Mollie.
Good morning. Very good friend of this show. Adam is a master gardener who works from Garden Organic in Brighton. We've talked to Adam about... last time it was mushrooms.
Yes, we were talking about mushrooms last
Foraging.
time. Yeah. And that was absolutely great this autumn. It'd been nice and wet, and, you know, I found quite a few mushrooms this year. So, yeah, some good eating there.
And before that, we were with you bat hunting.
Yeah, bat watching. We went right out at the peak of the season.
Yeah.
And found some excellent Warwickshire bats.
Yeah, we had a nice night, didn't we? And it was, gosh, those days seem a long time ago. It was about 27 we went out, and it was 11 o'clock at night. It was a balmy summer's evening.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful, yes.
Yeah, now look at it. So, yes, Adam is a bit of an expert on most things, really. And today joins us to talk pumpkins. And I didn't realise, Adam, you were such an expert in the pumpkin field.
Well, I've been growing them for years and years and years, and in my carrier bag here...
I noticed you have a bag with you.
Yes, I have. I've got some things concealed for you,
Okay.
So just let me rustle around in this bag.
Well, yeah,
First
you didn't
of all,
let me see earlier. We're going to do the great reveal.
This is for you, Mollie.
Oh, what's that then?
That is a pumpkin, which I picked the other day.
Beautiful. That's very tall and long.
Well, it's actually my own variety. It's actually a cross between a courgette and a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and I've been growing them about 5 or 6 years. Now, I mean, nature just does it. I mean, all the cucurbits, the pumpkins, the courgettes, the squashes and the gourds, they all cross-fertilise in the garden. And quite a few years ago, I cut open a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that I'd grown and found seedlings growing in it.
Oh, yes, you've got a picture there of...
Yep.
Oh, of germinating
seedlings in the pumpkin. So I actually kept them, grew them on, and they grew into things that looked like courgettes. And I thought, well, I didn't plant those. So I thought, fine, I'll just leave them. And they grew into the kind of thing you've got there. And they start off green and stripy. And they taste better than a normal pumpkin. You can eat them small.
They taste of courgette?
Yeah, very slightly. So, essentially, it's still a pumpkin.
What do you call it?
I call it a cross between a courgette and a pumpkin, which is a pump-jet. But, you know, people will get these naturally anyway. But, I mean, I wrote into Gardener's Question Time, and Bob Flowerdew said, oh, you know, you'll never get them to grow again. Oh, they'll die out. You know, they'll revert to what they were originally. And I've been getting the things for about 5 years now.
Really?
So, it's always... The point being is it's always good to keep your seeds from your pumpkins, because you can plant them the next year. And I grow them up canes. And
they can... Tell us again, what can they cross-pollinate with? Courgettes and...
courgettes, squashes, gourds.
Oh.
They can all cross-pollinate. But what you do with that, Mollie...
Yes.
Yeah, you should make soup out of that.
Well, we're going to get on to recipes and nutrition and stuff in a couple of minutes. But is this for me? Can I keep this?
Yeah, of course you can.
How exciting. That is exciting. So I've got my own pump jet now. Yeah. Don't suppose you know the... Because, you know us, we love our history on this show. You don't know the correlation between pumpkins and Halloween, do you? Why is it this time of year? Just because they're in abundance? I don't really know.
Again, I think it's very much an American import because...
probably.
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, we had our own mythology surrounding Halloween, and I think it's a fairly recent event that since we now get pumpkins which have grown and introduced here, we've imported the custom from the USA.
Oh, they go mad on it.
Well, they do.
Oh, if you go to TK Maxx, the stuff they import from America, you think, blimey.
Yeah, they go completely crazy for it.
Nuts.
So, you know, it's a bit of our culture, a bit of their culture.
Yeah.
But, of course, the pumpkins are originally from Central and South America anyway. So... they do really well in this climate as well, if we have a good summer.
What's it been like for them this year? How have your produce fared?
This year I didn't do too badly, but I did give them a bit of extra special care, which I started them off early in the year inside, grew them on little peat pots, peat-free compost, and then I kept them inside until they were much bigger, potted them on into potting compost, and then put them in the greenhouse, and I finally didn't plant them until... late May, early June.
Is that late for...
Well, not really. They are prone to frost. Right. So if you have a big conservatory or if you have a big greenhouse, then it's really advisable to keep them in there. However, you can grow them outside from seed. So the latest, or sorry, rather the earliest that I'd actually put a seed outside in the ground is 19th of April.
Right, specifically.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
And then cover them with a little cloche or a soft drinks bottle, a 2-litre bottle that's had the bottom cut off. And that'll keep it nice and warm, will keep the seedlings nice and warm, but also protect them from pests like slugs.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But the main trick behind pumpkins is you've got to have lots and lots of well-rotted organic manure in there. They're really heavy feeders, so whether you grow them in the ground or in a raised bed or in pots, up canes, which you can do, make sure you've got lots and lots of well-rotted organic manure. Okay. That'll really help them.
To produce something as fine as this pump jet. Now, as far as nutrition goes, because, I mean, most of us will scrape them out and make a soup or this, that and the other, but I guess they're not a very well-used vegetable in this country, are they?
Not really.
Do we use their potential?
Oh,
No.
Nothing like. Absolutely nothing like. Their greatest potential is that they store over the winter. So if you get a good harvest, put them somewhere cool and dry in the house, they can last through to February. And even if you don't want to do that, you can chop them up, put them in the freezer. Brilliant for soup. Really, really easy to make. Pumpkin soup lasts a couple of days, even for a family of, a few people. Full of nutrients. One of my favourite things to do with them is actually slice them. Like when you slice a melon into slices. Scoop out the seeds, and then I just lightly cover them in olive oil.
Oh, and toast them.
Lots and lots of garlic, chilli, salt and black pepper. You can actually barbecue those as well.
Oh, nice.
And those just come straight off a griddle or a barbecue. And
they're nutty, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really,
lovely.
really lovely. They make fantastic vegetarian curries as well.
I don't think I've tried a pumpkin curry.
Yep. Absolutely brilliant. So if you put in lots of other vegetables or even meat, I mean, they do bulk things out, so you can use them.
Do they stay fairly cubed when
They
cooked?
do, fairly, yeah. I mean, if you cook them for ages and ages, they
They'll
disintegrate,
disintegrate,
but
of
they
course.
do give that lovely flavour as well.
It is difficult, though, Adam, especially if you've got a touch of arthritis in your hand. Scooping them out doesn't have to take a while. It's not
It
easy
does.
scooping out a pumpkin. Messy and all.
Find a child to do that.
Look, kids, it's fun.
Yeah,
You do it.
they absolutely love it.
Yeah,
So,
they absolutely
yeah.
do. Are you a bit of a carving master
I
as well?
absolutely love carving pumpkins, and I think it's one of the easiest things that you can do. And I brought in a picture to show you
Oh, yes.
of the kind of carving that we do. Now, you like cats, don't you, Mollie?
Oh, gifts from God they are. Wow, pass that over here. Adam's got a picture, beautiful picture of a cat on pins, arched back, tail in the air, on all fours, going. And you've carved that. Is that a pumpkin?
Yes,
that
it
a
is,
pumpkin?
yes.
That is absolutely fantastic. How on earth did you do that?
Very easy. I printed out a template, so you can actually go to the web and find a very simple black and white picture, print it out, and then stick it to your pumpkin, get a very sharp knife, and then start sawing through the template.
You can get pumpkin knives, can't you?
Yes, you can, yeah. Always advisable, slice the bottom of your pumpkin off first to give it a flat base before you start carving it, or you might end up missing bits of finger.
I never thought of that. Take the bottom off.
Yeah, just take the bottom off so it stands flat, especially if you're going to put a nightlight in it or a candle afterwards, because you want it to be flat. You don't want it rolling around the floor with a naked flame in it. So I always slice the bottom off first, then I slice the top off, scoop the insides out, affix the template, and you can just use the stick glue to do that with, because it wipes off afterwards, and then saw around the template and then peel off the paper later.
And Bob's your uncle.
It's extremely easy.
And I guess if you do lop off a cat's ear or whatever, you can always glue it back on, can't
Well, of course you can.
That's always your worry, that you're going to lop something off.
And I mean, it doesn't, I've been through a few pumpkins and gone, hee-hoo, 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 oh, drat.
Yeah, didn't want that bit, yeah.
Didn't want that bit missing. I thought, oh, well, go in the freezer for soup.
Absolutely, yeah. Waste not, want not. And with the carving as well, especially if you're doing a face with fangs and stuff, the older they get and the more gnarled and mouldy they go, I think the scarier they look. 'Cause they do last for a while, don't they?
They do, actually, yeah.
Wow, you're showing me another one of here. What's that, a witch on a common?
It's a wolf.
Oh, it's a wolf. Oh, yes, it's a baying wolf. Sorry, I thought it was an upright lady carrying a bag. No, it's a baying wolf who's screaming at the moon, and those are his fangs that I thought was the lady's hat. Wow. Is this a template, or is this out of your own sick mind?
That's out of my own sick mind.
Wow, Adam, that's incredible.
but it is I think people would notice, be familiar with that kind of design.
Yeah.
I mean, people have it on their T-shirts. You know, people are into Red Indians and South American stuff.
Yeah.
So
you see it sometimes on the back of a spare wheel tire.
Yeah, you do. That was the inspiration.
Someone's spare wheel bolted on the back of their car. Oh, fantastic! Anything else in your box of surprises?
Oh yeah.
What else have you got? What's going
it's
on?
Like Christmas here.
It is.
Halloween, nearly.
You always bring a bag in full of things when you come in, so it's very exciting. Yes.
You will like this.
Oh, a bottle of something with a cat on. Whatever it is, I'm going to like it.
Pumpkin wine.
Wow.
It's my favourite thing to do with pumpkins. Gallon of water, 3.5 pounds of pumpkin flesh, 3.5 pounds of sugar, packet of yeast, ferment it in a large pan, stir it once a day for a week, covered, get it into a demijohn after a week, and then leave it till it clears, rack it, which means putting it into another demijohn, and then clear it, bottle it up. Takes about a year, but although it is pumpkin wine, it's rather strong. I mean, you're not getting up in the morning if you drink a full bottle of that. Whatever.
No, I mean, you're never going to get up ever again.
Oh, no, you definitely get up. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's rather strong.
What's the alcohol content in your homemade pumpkin wine?
Ooh, about 14%.
Blimey, Adam, gosh.
So, I don't know if you've got a cup there, because I've just purloined a corkscrew from the BBC kitchen.
Oh no, I better not have an eight. Oh no, I'm not good with alcohol.
Even if you want to smell it.
I've got an hour and 10 minutes left, Adam. What are you trying to do? Gardening phoning will be all over the shop. Having said that, it normally is. No, I won't open it now. But there's a cat on the front. Is this for me?
Yes, you can keep that.
There's a cat on the front as well. You're so lovely. And a vintage of 2009.
It is. Now, the cat on the front is actually the family cat called Mungo.
Is your cat?
Is my parents' cat, actually.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I like Mungo. He's a long-haired, black and white, very, very, very pretty cat. Oh, thank you. So I've got a pump jet.
Pump jet.
Cross between a pumpkin and a courgette and some wine. Thank you very much. Anything else in the bag of tricks?
No, I'm afraid that you've emptied my bag now.
What are you doing for Halloween? What are you going to do?
Not entirely sure yet. I don't know really where I'll be or what I'll be doing, but I suspect I will be carving a pumpkin.
I would imagine
certainly.
As well. Yes.
And hopefully, might carve a few pumpkins with some other people as well.
Oh, wonderful.
But I would really suggest, don't just throw away the insides of the pumpkin. Do use them. Get rid of the seeds, they're a bit crunchy. Or keep them for next year to grow, because quite a few are fertile. Better still, buy yourself some seeds. Have a go at growing your own pumpkins next year up canes.
Well, let me just ask you quickly as a final question, then. If you are going to keep the seeds till next year, because they're all slimy and wet and whatnot, what should you do then to save the seed? How do you clean and store it?
I put them in a sieve, run them under the cold tap, and mix them around for 5 or 10 minutes till all the slimy stuff comes off, and then lay them out on a clean dish towel and dry them, and then put them in a paper bag somewhere cold and dry.
And dry for next year. Oh, Adam, it's fascinating, as always. Love having you coming in, master of all sorts.
Thank you, Molly.
Happy Halloween. I know we're 10 days away, but happy Halloween. The carvings, the pictures you brought in are absolutely superb. You should do an exhibition.
Thank you.
You should. And thank you very much for my pump jet.
Yes.
And my wine with Monty on the front.
Mungo.
Sorry.
Mungo. No, it's perfect. Right. I'm sure Mr. Green
Mungo.
will quite fancy a tipple of that as well.
Well, don't worry. We'll utilise both of those things. Wonderful. Gorgeous to see you, Adam. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yes, great to see you, Molly.
Thank you once again. Adam Lee, who's a master gardener from Garden Organic, travels. Where are you? Warwickshire.
Yes,
Really
Warwickshire.
master gardener.
Yes,
Master gardener. No doubt he'll join us again soon.